I want to talk about the ideas of being a stoic person and having a stoic perception about the world. So basically, stoicism explores on how you extract yourself from certain situations, learning to become the outside of every problem or any challenge that you face in your life. And what I've encountered is that stoicism, it makes you and molds you to become that kind of a person people would call narcissistic. People would call you names like emotionless, cold, all those words that make you feel not like you are not human. And basically, stoicism focuses on what you can basically control, right? You control what you can control, meaning that your emotions are your emotions. You can 100% control them. It is your duty to control your emotions. It is your duty to control your thoughts. And what I mean by thoughts, it is your duty to control your decision making, right? If certain decisions lead you to circumstances whereby now you cannot even fend for yourself, you need to get out, right? It's because those choices are made by you. They're not made by someone else. All choices are made by you, right? So you must learn to control what you can. Some people's opinions, or maybe facts, or it may be their perspective on certain things, you can never control them. And whatever you can never control, never let it impact you. You understand? Never let it impact your feelings. Never let it impact your heart. Learn to withdraw yourself from certain situations, right? The reason you must learn to withdraw yourself from those kind of situations is because your mind, your body, and your soul must learn to go through phases of becoming emotionless, right? Meaning sacrificing the emotions that you have within, so you learn to be at peace, right? As much as emotions like happiness and whatsoever, they make you feel wholesome, the opposite makes you feel the opposite of wholesome, right? So if we could learn to withdraw ourselves and never let emotions dictate our situations, never let emotions dictate our decision making, I think we can get far, as a society. So I don't think always being emotional about every situation can get you somewhere, right? And then accept hardship, simply as you can, right? So stoicism also explores the idea that accepting hardship or tough love or whatever you want to call it helps us become the better versions of ourselves, because these things kind of mold us, right? For example, you go through a relationship, it's your first time being in a relationship, and you love this particular person, but this particular person now turns out to be the opposite of what you don't want, meaning that you kind of gave that person the love, right, that you feel he or she deserves, but that particular person turns the tables around to say, I also feel like I should give you these emotions, but I'm not ready yet to be given such emotions, right? I feel like I'm too young, or they might say I feel like I'm too old, or they might say whatever excuse that they have, and then you get your heart broken, right? Going through the process of your heart getting broken, it molds you to become a better man in a way that next time you know that you are not rushing into any decisions. You know that you are not only going to invest your emotions and your love and whatever happiness that you have inside with everyone. You would learn to always count yourself first before others, right? At some point, you will be required to be selfish, and selfishness there's nothing wrong about it, right? The reason it's considered wrong is because people have realized that when you become selfish, you become more powerful, right? And other people don't like when other people become more powerful than them. So they would use words like selfish, it's a negative thing, when it is not. Selfishness basically means you love yourself to that point, to a greater extent, right? Selflessness, it is a point whereby you say, I love myself to this greater extent, but I'm also willing to help people when they need my help, right? When someone asks me to help them with something, I am there. But if I cannot do it, it means I cannot do it, right? I feel like being selfless, it's a point whereby now you are able to help people when they want to be helped. You are able to love people when they want to be loved. You know, it's all about a right timing, right? That's when you're being selfless, right? So they both work as the same thing. It's just that they're different because of the state in which it's a first person and third person part, if you understand what I'm saying, right? And then the third point I want to touch on is Stoicism also explores the emotional discipline. You must practice to be emotionally disciplined. Don't always get tempted to get angry by little things. People try to get you angry for many reasons. People try to make you feel happy for many reasons. They might try to make you feel happy because they want to use you later on. They might try to get you sad because they want you to see whatever they're trying to do. They might try to, whatever it may be. Learn to be emotionally disciplined. Learn to withdraw from your emotions to see the bigger picture. Learn to invest also in your emotions to see the bigger picture. And when I say invest in your emotions, I want you to understand that when you invest in your emotions, it's a point in time where you start to understand your emotions. That when I'm with these certain people, I have these emotions. I expose this certain type of emotion. When I'm at work, I expose these certain emotions. When I'm around my family, I expose these certain emotions. When I'm with my friends and whatsoever, right? That's when you are investing to your emotions. Now you start to understand the other part of self, of having emotions. It's something else to agree that happiness is the only thing, but it may mislead you to a point where you don't understand that happiness can get you in trouble if you don't really invest yourself and invest your time into knowing who you really are, right? Same goes for sadness and loneliness and anger issues and whatsoever that you may go through, right? Invest in your emotions. Learn to withdraw from emotions. Be emotionally disciplined. Practice to be emotionally disciplined. Little things, bigger things, regular things. learn to be emotionally disciplined, right? Because people to manipulate you, they require one thing: they penetrate your emotions. They penetrate your mind. They penetrate your mind and manipulate it. That's all.